Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your dude, the Shredder here. We're back with another YGO podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Will.
Howdy.
And some other random that doesn't want to be on camera.
Kiss my ass.
Our dude, Vincent. Y'all know who he is. You know, the guy of 1,000 decks.
Wins every Saturday.
Devastates him.
I'm trash.
He's trash. He has the most amount of success of the three of us in this room.
I'm trash.
Trash. So, as we watch some content here. So, as of Monday, because good thing we didn't do this on Monday, we got the Master Duels.
Master Duels Konami official simulator.
Yeah, Konami official. That's probably going to be the bulk of it today. We also wanted to talk about the format so far, the remote duel, not the remote duel results. We can get into the remote duel results. We can get into going back to locals. Mm-hmm. We can get into the LCS too, because that actually matters because we have the remote duels, the LCS, and locals this weekend.
We touched a bit on the remote duels last time, so it'll probably be pretty brief, but the LCS was actually kind of important.
Well, wasn't it? Well, we can start with that then. So the LCS had only 126 players,
something like that, yeah.
And they went to top 16, which is normal. They always go to top 16. But the difference was that 126 players. We were talking about it the other day, like why was there less players from then to now? Mm-hmm. And the difference that it starts with is probably because we had Konami sanctioned locals.
Yep.
And you also had the remote duels. So we had top 16 was pretty diverse. I know top 4 for one of the remote duels was all Trizu.
Yep.
So that was pretty...
Best deck.
Yeah, we hear you.
Best deck.
Best deck.
The best deck. I agree. I think that's the best deck of the format. I don't remember. I don't have...
I know there's a couple... weird things going on in some of the top events.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the remote duels. Not the remote duels, the LCS. So there was that. We had locals this week. We went to two
locals, yeah.
2 locals. We went to Rogue's Den, and obviously
Mr. Magic.
No, we went to Cards and Comics.
Oh, right.
Because Mr. Magic didn't have locals yet.
Right.
We're going today.
Yeah, we're going today.
Get dunked on.
What was your top cut at at Rogue's Den?
Rogue's Den. Oh, Monday?
Yeah.
I know. So I got 4th playing 60 card 3-axis Orcus Pile. The same list that if you want to go check out Kamal's earlier video of me getting flamed because it's so long. Mm-hmm. Somehow we made it there. There was a Shadal Invoked Eldritch who got, I want to say 2nd. There was Omar, who's been featured on the channel, who got 1st playing Prank Kids again. And then I think 3rd place was J-Ty playing Medolches. Medolches are constantly just in there. But yeah, that was the top 4 for that one. It was a pretty small locals, if I had to say so myself. A lot of Striker. Drytron kind of fell off early. Mm-hmm. A lot of them bricked. But otherwise, it was pretty much the same as normal. You know, that was the only one not playing the same deck.
Right. I went to locals on Sunday. Yeah. I think our top 4 was me, Darion, Jordan, and what's his name? Gyra.
That's a lot of purple cards.
Yeah. Gyra played Trains. I think he got 3rd. I think Jordan got 4th with Outledge.
Play trap cards, open 6 hand traps to deck.
Darion was playing on Drytrons, and then I got with Shadal Dogmatic Invoked.
Yo.
Best deck of the format.
Right. keep in mindful, you know, if Vince over here was showing up to any of those events, neither of us would have seen any success.
Right.
I am garbage. I'm sick of y'all trying to hype me up so much. I'm garbage.
Comes back every Saturday to reclaim his throne. It's
Right.
fine. He's trash.
But other than that, locals was great. Got to
Yeah.
go into time. Didn't have to roll a dice.
Official time rules, gross.
Yeah. They should just bump it to 50 minutes.
Maybe at the local scene.
They could always just do it how the OCD does it.
Look, we could all just play Ignister so we don't go into time.
No, I don't feel like losing the draw.
Hey, you watch your mouth.
Didn't that happen to you?
Every time.
But you played the deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
played it, lost the
I
draw,
don't
and then quit.
No, I bricked.
Too many hand traps?
No, I just bricked.
Sounds like he had too many rotos, too many hand traps.
No, I think I have it recorded. I think he actually bricked.
How did you brick if those are the only two ways
I didn't open any starters.
So you opened all hand traps and maybe Dan Mari.
No, he opened the ones you're not supposed to open.
Oh, so like earth, water. You can still get there with that one.
I didn't have no extender.
Oh, you didn't have reborn either?
No.
Didn't matter. Yeah, that's where you just made.
If I had Baru and like the earth, I'd have been fine.
Just synchro summon them all.
Anyway.
Yeah, back to what we were saying. As far as the local scene, I mean, you're pretty much going to be expecting the same decks that have been around. Drytron, Tri-Brigade, some variant of it.
There's only one. First of all, there's only one Tri-Brigade player.
That's because you put all the rest of them to shame.
Damn, I thought Steven sucks.
Damn. Damn. You know, you're going to see plenty of normal summon Alistair deck still. You know,
That card should be banned.
one day.
That
One
card
day
should be
we'll
banned.
release some new cards so we don't have to see normal summon Alistair for years.
Yeah, but then you're going to complain about that one.
That card should be
What,
banned.
Alistair?
No, the one that they replaced for Alistair.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, exactly. That's fine. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Monster should be banned.
Agreed. Banned Invocation, actually. Should make the cards not playable. Bless you.
That's kind of harsh.
We don't care.
You do know you actually want Meltdown banned. Meltdown's the one that's the worst.
Man, ban Schism.
That's not how I want to have my duels. Half these people bricked.
Hey, I heard if we Ash Alistair, you always have Invocation in hand anyways.
I don't.
That's why we gamma it.
And then hope I don't have tactics.
Ash.
What you gonna steal?
He assumed I was drawing.
You can look at my hand, all you're gonna see is hand traps and starters.
Right. I'm gonna rip the starters out and then pass.
Sheesh. Just so I can draw a Rhoda.
If I have a light in hand and I have invocation,
I'm still
I
fucked.
can kind of make a board, but it's gonna be
Still
lackluster.
Still fucked.
Still regular. It's not hard. It's a negate and a banish. That's
Right.
literally it. Those aren't even two different things. Those are the same thing.
Yeah, they're the same card.
So it doesn't really do anything.
Hurts my feelings.
But speaking of locals, because we have had this conversation privately, and I think it's something that could be brought up. So, in the OCG, you have locals that are very, very much different, right? We don't have ranked.
Nope.
And what ranked is it brings an opportunity to where players can pretty much get your invite from locals.
Right. Kind of like an OTS championship that happens once every blue moon, if we even have those anymore.
We haven't had those. I don't think anyone has signed up for them.
Well, I don't think Ohio in general has had them. I know PA maybe had one, but
Yeah. I think Vince would know more than anything about that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just a top take or something. But until then,
No, did they ever have OTS championships here?
Eli.
What, here?
Yeah.
Hell no. The fuck?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We have 15. We have 500 plus band regionals.
Yeah. Well, actually, depending on where they're coming from, like the first regional, as soon as I say Columbus, Ohio, it's gonna be like 2 venues.
Man, that means I ain't going to that.
Hey, COVID for days, boys. Let's go.
Right, and I think that's how you need to deal with that. Like, how are we gonna do it when we start going back to locals
I'm telling you, shower stations.
and regionals? Are we gonna we probably should just do ranked. And what ranked is basically over the format. This is why they get their ban list probably more effectively. So in theory, let's just say you go by the size of Japan, which is about the size of California.
Right.
So if you say you would have state qualifiers, right?
Right.
Or you would just have your regionals be state qualifiers. Those would be at the end of the format.
Right.
You could have that for people who don't make what you could consider your top 32 in states.
Right.
And then everyone gets like a play mat. And then, so how it works is, basically how ranked works is, the top 32 get invited to nationals.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
And then
some people get the regular playmat, which is lately has been a non-holographic playmat, and then like the top 4 or 8 or however many they're doing get the holographic one, which I've heard mixed reviews about, basically. But I mean, still nice. You know, we don't get any of that stuff. Our playmats are pretty meh.
Right, but
like the remote dual YCS one, meh.
Yeah, but that's a participation mat, right? You're talking about that,
we,
right?
We still don't have a holographic mat though. Like, I know they have like at cons and stuff. You know, we got Comic-Con or whatever, but they have something called the Asia Convention where they literally you can have the chance to get holographic playmats there. Like I had a Wing Dragon of Raw Phoenix mode, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But besides the point, I think the ranked idea is actually a good idea because it offers, you know, locals is more seen as casual. And so if we have OTS, you know, on OTS championship days, if we have those are ranked days or forever, even if every day is ranked, you know, there will still be casuals, but more people will be catering to the meta. So it can give people like a better sense of what's actually going on, you know, because so in order to have success at regionals, I think you have to get dunked on at locals by all the decks you're going to see, which is where most of us have found our success because at Mr. Cards, the entire locals is playing essentially meta, or at least it was. Now it's kind of like you got your meta and then you got your Summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. But
you got the girl playing tunes. Props to her.
And you know we got Rose Dragons up in there.
And then she slapped Mystic Mind on her husband.
So
that was hilarious.
so skillful. Mystic Mind is skillful.
Are we not talking about the Diet Coke?
No, we're not talking about Diet Coke.
This is the other guy.
The
other couple.
The albino's girlfriend or wife.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Well, they're both nice.
They're nice. You know.
I'll be damned if my girl drops Mystic Mind on me. I'm flipping the table. We're going home.
So yeah, we probably should have ranked. I like ranked.
I do too. I think kind of Konami's going to substitute that idea though because you know Konami USA still hates us, but with the whole Master Duels thing, which we'll get into, they're planning on having like a rank system where they're going to incorporate it into World and stuff, your invite, blah blah blah, you know all that stuff. So I think that might take the place.
Right. If we have ranked now, how does that deal with? What would you do with your regionals? And they still have their YCSs, so we don't really have to talk about that.
Right.
YCSs are the same.
Yeah. Well, their YCSs are a little bit different. They don't play matches. They just play singles.
Yeah.
And it's single elimination. It's survival of the fittest over there.
Right.
That's trash.
But I mean, even their participation is better at YCS because they get a sick playmat. They get the sleeves with the playmat. Sometimes they get a card, but regardless, I think if they're going to start doing OTS championships more, they're going to offer them towards the end of the season as like a pre-LCQ.
I mean, you do an LCQ. If you just have 16 players, you do single elimination. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, for people who don't want to go do an LCQ.
Actually, that could just be ranked in a nutshell.
They could just be, yeah.
That'd be terrible.
It would be terrible. I mean, you know, we just get taken back out of battle phase in these parts, you know?
Right. Vince would win every one.
Yeah,
It'd be between Vince and Jordan.
Yep.
Everyone. It would be between y'all two.
Alright,
it would be
garbage.
It would be the filing cabinet versus skill.
I'm sick of y'all. I am garbage. I'm sick of y'all trying to hype me up.
Until he stops drawing Gamma Cat, I don't want to talk about it.
That happened once.
He's not drawing Gamma Cat today.
He gonna put it together and just dump those
not. He putting Droomtrons together.
He playing Droomtrons?
Yeah.
Sounds like that's the buy.
That's a buy. That's if he does. So I have to open like 5 hand. I have to open 3 hand traps.
Hey, if I go first, just one die roll. We'll go straight to game 2.
Yeah, until you break. Yeah, I laugh at you.
Asshole.
Someone's breaking today.
It's definitely me. I changed my deck and my sleeves, but just because normally when that happens, I usually brick to high hell. But I brought the lucky playmat, so maybe we have a chance. Maybe. You know, I put the flexi sleeves on today. You know, I had to mix it up. My hands were so gross. I had to change my white sleeves after one use. Shoutouts to him. He got the grody hands. But yeah, so I think we should transition actually to Master Duels because I kind of led into it already, which is kind of interesting. I know everyone's seen the videos of everyone's reactions and what they think. You know, it came out late last night that they're doing microtransactions. So the theory, I'm hoping that it's just aesthetic microtransactions, not like Duel Links where you gotta open packs or something. That would be kind of shitty because then the game would just die.
See, I heard Duel Book still exists, so.
All right. Look. You know, everyone will transition to Master Duels if there's no pay to play. You know they will. They will. Hey, if you're not paying for any cards in the game, and it's just aesthetics, people are gonna play it. Especially means you can get your invite to Worlds, Mr. I sit at work and don't do my job.
Bro, he's gonna be at work.
He's gonna be at work just grinding.
No, he's gonna be at work
grinding,
playing Master Duels.
Grinding as hell.
I do my work.
Yeah, he'll be like, oh, it's not your turn? Alright. Wait, I have... This is amazing. They do 480 seconds. Let's look at... What is that?
I can't do math like that. 1, 2, 6, 12, 18, 24, 32...
Oh, that's like 7.
6 minutes.
6
Wait, 32... Wait, no, I can't.
Fucking Christ, that's like 8 minutes, I think.
Bro, I can't. It's a lot of minutes.
How many seconds you have to do your turn?
Bro, we have degrees for what? Come on, I swear. I got this. I'm gonna put it in my calculator. You know, we're gonna do this the right way.
I think it's like 8 minutes. Actually.
I think it's a little bit less. Maybe 7.5. So what is it? You said 48
seconds.
Oh, it's 8 minutes. Hey, look at that. That's math.
Yeah, I've realized. I was like, wait.
8 times 4.
Shut up.
8 times 6.
Shut up. We're done. All right. F off. Especially
what?
These nuts.
Talk about your trash ass Master Duel.
Hater.
Hey, yeah. From a user point of view, I wonder, is it gonna be like?
I hope it's not like Duel Links in any way.
They gonna hit you with that World of Warcraft type shit.
Even that's still more reasonable
than what? Duel Book?
No, than how Duel Links does it.
Well, who plays Duel Links besides people who actually can't play the game?
People who actually can't play the game.
Exactly.
So people who play Duel Links are probably people that can't play the game, and people actually getting introduced to the game.
That would be my guess.
I'm not saying it's a good idea, but it gets us somewhere. So now the people from Duel Links are probably gonna play Master Duels,
and they gonna realize that's not how Duel Links work.
They're gonna be like, dang, this isn't the Shaddolls I played.
Right. You get more than 3 turns. What?
I get more than 3 zones. Oh, remember that at a regional?
That stupid speed duel thing that they'd have laying on the floor.
No, this guy was playing Pendulum, and then they were on the edge of the table. He only had 3 zones, including his deck.
Wasn't that Columbus?
Yeah, it was at Columbus.
And they had to rearrange. It was too many people.
That was a 10-man regional.
Right.
10 people?
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
Oh,
It was 10 rounds.
I'm like, dang, a 10-person regional is dope. Auto tops.
It was a 10-round regional. I just remember walking in the middle of the aisle, and it was like Thunder Dragons versus Draco.
Okay. Pretty sure Thunder Dragons won that.
And then the top table was like Striker, Salad, and Orcus.
Sounds about right. You know Orcus' best deck. One day we'll get Heart back. Hey, we never thought Gage would get back. Now look at us, fucking clowns.
In your dreams.
All right.
Stop dreaming. Y'all don't deserve Heart back.
Did we know? Did we not?
No, y'all don't.
It was just most hardback, staring into the abyss.
It's fine. My 60 card pile got there somehow. But basically, the only cards I used were Nightmare and Wand, which is kind of sad. Like nobody made it past that turn where I just recycle with Skeleton and stuff. My board was like Winda, Ding, Anaconda, of course. That's Apollousa and Gossip Shadow. So
Dark Ruler.
you were staring at Dark Ruler makes you cry. But that's beside the point. But we normally set Crescendo.
No, just
MST Dark Ruler.
Right. Screw this guy. Right.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy.
And Normal Summon Amadu. Regeki.
The Jordan special.
Right. Did he even play that? I don't even think he played that.
No, he didn't. But someone on Facebook was like, "Break my board." Lol. Oh. I know. I saw some interesting decks at the locals when I went out Monday. It was like someone was playing it was like Warrior Spam, but like it was using the new cards, like Magician's Knight, Queen's Knight. It had dolphins and connectors. It was really weird. It was Nevin. I have no idea what the end game was of that deck, but it was there.
Oh, it was Nevin. That's what I figured. You would have to probably ask Rio. He probably know, or just ask Nevin directly.
Yeah.
There's another Agnister player there.
Where rogues?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I mean, I can. I don't know if he watches your channel or not. I feel kind of bad, but he was absolute dog crap.
No, not the one when we were
That's
there.
mean.
Oh, there's another one
Yeah, there's
You're
another one.
mean.
at Eli's.
No, at Rogues.
You're mean.
There's the third one now.
I mean, Thomas doesn't really play up there. I think he was just.
I mean, he was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're mean.
Who else? I know there's the dude at.
It's with the dude that. I think at one time he was playing Monarchs.
I hate him. But yo, I'm playing Monarchs.
But yeah.
I feel like I know who you're talking about. He's been asking me for extra Ignister cards. I think I'm just like, no, I don't got them. But I mean, to me, Ignisters is like a. It seems pretty straightforward, but like if I'm my opponent and they don't know that they don't hit the choke points, like they just.
I hear you can soft lock people too.
With what, Quantum?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fine, but like, why wouldn't you just put the Pegasus engrave? If I'm sitting there with Quantum Ignite Towers, everyone's playing Mystic Mine, so you're just losing.
Right.
Like, just having towers sit there is good enough. And to me, if they out the towers, like, they gotta get through the Pegasus, which is spinning whatever killed it. Unless they use that one card. What's that one card? Underworld Goddess, which I hope people aren't, like, playing. Yeah, hates you.
I'm kidding. I'm not playing.
Wait.
Underworld Goddess outs it.
What about the BLS?
If you beat over it.
Hmm.
Underworld Goddess lets you link with it.
Yeah, how about me grease you?
That card say send. Ding say send don't do nothing either. But to me, it's kind of like if you can't stop my board, I'm almost 100% sure that if I open it with the one card starter,
What am I missing?
Valor.
yeah, Valor and Templar is pretty good. I hear.
Valor, Empire, and Gamma.
I'm chain blocking the Templar all the time.
How you gonna chain block if I'm impermanent?
Or
Oh,
Valor.
I'm not just gonna cry. Well, hopefully I have call by, which never happens.
Chain.
Impermanent.
What if I have Bell?
Alright, chain bell.
Shh. Fuck off. Yo, chain Bell. Wait, that's not how that works. Chain Meister. That's not how that works either.
Bro, this guy.
Bro, chain DB curve. Well, it's not resolved. Wow.
They would already resolve my
Hey,
guy.
chain MST.
That's not how this works.
That's how this works. I saw something spicy though. Actually, Ignister players were in the event. One of the topping lists was maining the Kaijus, which I thought was pretty cute. And they were still maining Nibs too, but like the Kaijus was, cool.
What's a Nib do?
What's
What
Nib
does
do?
Nib do?
What does Nib do? It punishes bad players. So if they play into Nib, you just auto win. But if they have the Kaiju and you're looking like a Herald, you just plop it over and they just like cry. Oh, what the fuck do I do? All those negates in your hand mean nothing. But not to mention, they were also siding Eagle Booster. For when your Templar is about to get Imperm.
Don't you still have like 2 negates?
What?
Well, you have a
What?
disruption and a negate. Over
Normally they end on Unicorn.
Well,
Oh, it's IP, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck, Unicorn. Yeah. And Herald. And they might have a Herald
maybe I'll
Warframe
make
hand.
Appaloosa.
That's fine, I don't care. You can negate, as long as they don't die on board, we can get there. Alright. Hold my droplets, alright, fuck off. I'm not poor this week, so if I win, we can show you a real deck profile with real cards.
Specific plan.
I know, I'm telling you, he's coming for blood.
Right.
It's fine, he's gonna lose to the slow playing, foreign guy who doesn't know how to play his deck.
He's a prankiest guy.
What's chain? Well,
No, I went, that was weird, because I know what you're talking about, because I went Butler, I went Super Poly. He said effect.
and
I normal summoned Alistair.
Yeah.
He went.
Chain Butler. He said, I'm pulling out the Tri Brigade. He said, I'm not losing the night. He talked mad shit. I'm coming in.
He went. I went normal summon Alistair. He went Chain Battle Butler. I went Chain Super Poly. There was a Meow engraved, so I thought he was going to use the Meow. I said, well, where do you. He said, oh, wait, this tribute's for cost.
You should have asked him what he should have. Then he needed to get rid of them.
Yeah, you should attribute.
I guess he just was like, it kind of seemed scummy, but to me, I almost feel like he just didn't know what he was doing.
Right. And then he took 6 minutes to decide. But I'm slow playing, thinking about a play for a minute.
Yeah, you slow playing, cool. Bro, this is why we don't go into time, because I just roll the dice. If I win the die roll, I'm pretty sure I got it. I can't believe this dude's pulling out a trap brigade. Now I have to use my brain. Now I'm upset.
You tempted the user.
I know.
So we were on Master Duels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
After our 10-minute tangent, but so if you think it's probably just like Arena.
Yeah, I think it'll be similar to Arena. Which I've never played Arena, but I mean, from what I've heard, it's there's a paywall in that game too, right?
Yeah. Dave was telling me that he was actually telling me about it because I was asking him about it because he knew the most about it. So I was like, "How does the Magic one cost?" And he was talking about Arena, and he said he spent like 200%.
God damn.
Yeah, which I said that's crack, and he said that's extremely cheap comparing it to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yo, does he win real money from it though?
Yes.
Okay,
well,
that's the only upside. We don't get money.
Right, that's the upside. You don't. That's the upside. You don't get real money. So that's why I'm saying like I kind of hope it's just like a simulator. Like I wouldn't care if they charge you $60 for the simulator.
Yeah,
now.
for like a year subscription or whatever.
Right.
At that point, it's kind of like paying for PSN. But then there are people, they'll still play Dueling Book.
Right.
But I mean, if they're gonna be serious about it, they should play the Konami official one.
Right.
Yo, look at that hand. That's amazing.
Get fucked. Oh, you're getting drolled, buddy.
But yeah, I really hope the paywall is literally just aesthetics, not anything else. Because I feel like if it's anything else, it'll become an issue.
And then we'll have more players come in. Then we'll have 600-person regionals.
Right. I mean, it'll be interesting if they make dual like.
You act like we weren't there at one point.
Where?
We had 600-person regionals.
Sheesh.
We had one in 2019.
Yo, can you change roll to droll? Huh?
How do you make this Dragoons?
He had invocation.
He hard made it.
But this dude went droll, change Dragoon effect, then he went change roll again. Can you do that? I didn't think that's how that worked. You can't droll to a non-ad. No, yo, he negated twice. He's cracked.
I've seen it all.
Right. Hey man, high rated DB is trash. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Master Duels?
I think it's cool. I bet the redheaded hated stepchild is fucking flipping out right now. Simo.
I thought you just talked about the serial killer.
Oh my god.
I thought you were too.
But I bet he's having. I mean, this is
as soon as that monetization thing went live, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a couple rants.
Yeah.
Like he's probably gonna be like, "Oh, this is bullshit," you know. Why make people pay for the singles and product? You know, I mean, it was interesting because Talbox was talking about like if they do like Pokemon where they put code cards in the packs or whatever. I like the idea, but I don't think they're gonna do it because it seems pretty obvious that they're ripping off.
And Seymour will wonder why Konami don't fuck with him.
Hey man, I think we're past that point. All right, demonetized. Oh wait, he's not playing. You put it back in the powder. Let's go. We got a chance. He thought about it. Hey, look at our LT desires.
Power. Desire. But yeah, I think it's a good. I think that is. The format's pretty interesting. Like
super diverse. I was gonna say we forgot to mention like so the LCS I thought was more telling of what the meta was like because we actually saw what 2 decks. No, it was Prank Kids and
we saw Prank Kids get first,
and we saw Inferno
will get
second. And it's funny because we were watching the breakdown and Inferno was playing no hand traps in the main anyways.
I can't do that.
Can't do that either. I'm just like, dang, they must have been just god tier all day. But like, I just think it's funny that these decks can still come in, which is why I think the meta is actually fine. You still got Dragon Link, which people hate. The only thing I want in the meta to die is Alistair, just because it's been here for like I don't know since I started playing the game again. Like
it has not been that long.
Yes, it's been out since 2017.
Yeah, it has.
No, it's not been that long.
It has been out since Fusion Enforcers, February 2017.
Killing me. killing me.
To be fair, though, it was power crept at a point.
Yeah, but now it's literally at the start of every new format. Alistair.deck is the first thing.
Yeah, but it loses to every hand trap.
Oh yeah. So what happens when I ash your Alistair or your Meltdown and you just summon another one, or you already have Invocation in hand?
Yeah, but that you just traded 1 for 1.
But that's so ass.
Not really.
That's so ass. Yo, card economics, man. That's just ass.
In theory, I lost a card.
Yeah.
And it didn't push my resources. So
Yo.
I was able to extend through. You can in that deck you can probably only play through 2 to 3 disruptions till your board is just like I lose to draw. I lose to draw. I lose to draw. I lose to depending on my hand. I could lose to Ash. I could lose to Imperm. I could lose to Valor. I lose to Bell. I lose to DD Crow. I lose to all these things. Because, and then on top of that, you're playing cards that, you're not playing, some people don't play hand traps.
Yo, this dude just hard cheated.
So some people just aren't playing hand traps.
He activated an invocation and banished. Oh, did he banish his Gamma? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Never mind. He didn't hard cheat. He was close to it, though. Sheesh. Fog Blade, huh?
What? How is this
I don't know. I'm just watching a bunch of people cheat, basically.
Why was this happening under mine?
Oh, he hot redded the mine, which I didn't realize you could do since it wasn't already face 1 field. That's fine.
Yeah. But you lose, some people aren't playing hand traps. So, if you look at Droll, it's obviously a popular card because it combats Drytron.
Ignis. Well, technically it does touch Dragon, too, but,
Yeah. But, from a Invoke Shaddoll player's point of view, I have to now play around the Droll, or I have to open something and tell me play around the Droll. What some players have been doing is they've been playing hand traps, and what other players have been doing is they have been playing. They have just played more extenders. They'll play more El Shaddoll fusions with a larger Shaddoll count.
Right.
But you're not playing at that point. If you're just gonna play the more Shaddoll pieces, you should just cut the Dogma engine,
right.
And then just play it kind of how it was in 2020, where you would play it as a combo deck. But not a lot of players are doing that. Drytron technically doesn't play they don't play hand traps.
I mean, Herald is about their hand trap, but they mostly side. And most side decks I've seen is Droll to 1 Lancia if they don't already made it because it's searchable.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Oh, that also shits on my deck, Lancia.
Yeah, that one's falling out though still. I'm sure it ruined Stride Brigade's day, but most people just rather main Bell instead.
Right, you main the Bell, you have the Trevor. It's just you gotta see both. In my opinion, Nib.
Like I said, I only play Nib because it punishes the bad players. If they're especially the local level, if they're gonna purposely run into Nib without putting up protection, then they deserve to lose.
But I can't play Nib because I need you to have extra muscles on the field.
Right. I also don't like relying on my opponent, but
yeah, that's the other thing. That was the thing about them playing tactics, the pot and things like that. But that's just the deck building 101. I don't know how you do it. You just don't play hand traps to begin with.
I don't know how. Crap, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say funny. We were talking about hand traps. I was like, how do you feel about the ban Droll thing that we're seeing all over the internet being memed?
I mean, it's just another one of those hot takes. You would have a better argument of saying Call By should come back to 3.
I mean, it should be back to 3 if it we would get it doesn't need to if we get cross out. But at this point, I don't even believe we're gonna get cross out until maybe next year.
Right.
We have leaks for Dawn of Majesty should be coming the next week, I believe, because the sneak is what, the 7th? Or no, not the actual release. I think sneak's next week.
Something like
that. Oh no, it's the 14th. Yeah, so the 7th is when the sneak is. And I'm sure Konami's gonna do that whole influencer thing where they're like, oh, look at all these cards that we pulled or opened and talk about this new insect archetype, blah blah blah. And when we don't see cross out, it'll just be another depressing day, But I feel like Call By really has no business being at 1.
It's just a card that's floated in and out.
And it's kind of like Call by just checks the hand traps. Like if you know people are gonna be playing call by, that means you can make your deck so you don't play hand traps, so you don't lose to things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a -3 in their deck. Or you can use the idea of call by to your own advantage and play hand traps. You know, just play off-brand hand traps, not the ones that everyone's playing, so it doesn't affect you as much. I don't know. I just don't think call by really has reason to be one, especially since I feel like it was more to promote Designator, which didn't end up coming out when they were doing this whole change.
Tactics.
Yeah.
It probably came out when Tactics was a thing.
Yeah, and then because then the next few sets we were expecting cross out like Phantom Rays, and they teased it, and was it Blazing Vortex and trolled the shit out of us. That was not cool.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the idea.
Yeah, the format, in my opinion, has become very interesting. You have, I think, my top 5 is probably, I want to say it's Tri-Brigade, Drytron, Prank Kids. I'm probably going to put Atnisters for 4th.
I don't think I'm going to put it in top 5, only because like it basically hinges on them playing the one hand trap that everyone's playing. So for me, I feel like Drytron's probably, or not Drytron, Ignister's probably a top 10 deck, but so you already said Tri-Brigade variants, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said Prank Kids, you said Drytron.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we got I still think Invoke decks are up there because they're just killing people regardless.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at numbers, they're not performing well. They're only performing well in one part.
Right. I mean, I guess it could be. But what other decks were showing up the most?
Virtual World has shown up at least once. Virtual World tops like once a week.
Virtual World is slept on. Yo, how you doing that under mine?
Yeah, I think Virtual Worlds. Because now the thing is, if you make the win to play, can you break the win to play?
Like I do.
Facts. But, I mean, even Sky Striker's seeing play again just because of one card. But every Sky Striker player I played against, most of the time it's blind second.
Mm-hmm.
Which, against my deck, they live the towers, and I'm like, I can't help that card. And I'm like, I know. And then they break on their hand traps. They won't see a ray, or they won't see engage, or a way to get to ray, so it's kind of like just bad. I do like how diverse the meta is, but I think that until something happens with Tri-Brigade, it's just going to be Tri-Brigade to show for a while. Because I still feel like Tri-Brigade has the best overall matchup against all the decks, because it doesn't lose this anti-spell and order like most decks do, because they play mostly traps. And I doubt anybody's going to be like, I'm going to play Royal Decree because it's funny,
Yeah, we need to see what the next two. Well, technically, okay. So we need to see what the next two OCG breakdowns are, because that will tell us about Burst of Destiny.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Flunderies is going to be there.
Yeah.
I think Dragon will be there. If not, I mean, if Orcus is there, I'm not going to count it because they have Harp with the new card. It's a little broken. But I feel like Dragon will make a comeback, especially with the new cards. The mid-range Zhang Jin archetype, which is just pretty... It's almost like Salad. They can put up the same board every turn just by one card. It's kind of gross. And then, honestly, I don't think our format's going to change much with Dawn of Majesty. Despia or Despacito, as I like to say, is good, but it's not like Dogmatica Impact good out the gate. So
it's not a good engine.
Right, it's not like an engine thing. Plus, we're still trying to rely on Fallen Albaz. I think we need to give that up. So it just seems bad. So I don't think Dawn of Majesty is really going to have that much of an impact on the meta unless they do release a card like Crossout for some goddamn reason. But otherwise, yeah, it's the OCG breakdown. I'm pretty sure we're going to see lots of Flunders. The Utopia stuff actually has been doing well over there. It's just oppressive. Even now we're seeing Salad now too. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think when it comes to the lower top 5, I think it goes Striker, Salad, Altergeist.
I think Altergeist is slept on this format.
Actually, I would bump Eldritch above all. I would bump Eldritch above
Dragoon trap variants. Basically, you clump them all in.
Yeah.
Because Guru's doing the same thing. Like in the EU Invitational Qualifier, dude was playing 60 card trap pile where it was Dragoon Turbo, but they either saw Guru or they saw the Altergeist card. I was playing like 5 engines in his whole deck, and I'm like, it lost because he bricked, but I mean, I'm just like, he's playing Waking Dragon too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know.
And then I'll put Agnister's there.
I put it there too, only because it's literally it's a glass cannon. Like, Orcus is a glass cannon, but it was the one card Orcus. Yeah, you have to see the right cards.
I think that's how it's going to go for a while.
Yeah, I mean, Ignister gets more support, but it's not. It's just another monster reborn with little extra protection. But honestly, I mean, the Brothers of Legend set right now is looking pretty underwhelming. So.
Well, it would be underwhelming in form of like we never get good new cards.
Right.
Out of there.
I mean, the set will actually.
I can't say that.
It'll have meta relevance once we get that Lyraless set because the
Yeah.
whole Karibo thing is literally just Lyraless Turbo. It's gross, but I also think the Numeron engine's a little slipped on this format. No one's playing Ogre, so I mean you're pretty much free to go off. You can't ash it.
I mean, what are you summoning off of it?
Well, you make your 3 or your 4. If you go for 4, you're going for game, obviously. But if you make your 3, I mean, it's not like Klops is a terrible card. I mean, Hard loses to Zeus, unfortunately. But I mean, or I've seen like the Slifer Floodgate hand like thing where it's like you sit on Slifer and you set like 4 back row after drawing cards.
That's what I was thinking of. Zeus another day.
Yeah, I mean, Zoo Pure is basically just Floodgate control.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't also put it all in the bottom half too because it's just consistent as hell.
Yeah.
Like I'd probably put it at 6 because if it's not 5, it's just on the
cusp. I wouldn't put it that high. It's probably more like Zeus Turbo.
Yeah. Oh, it's not much Shaddolls.
No, Shaddolls, yeah, it's like 6. It's like 5th or 6th.
No, but there's a lot to be desired with this format. I think we still need it was a good ban list. You know, it's pretty diverse. And so my fear for the next ban list, when are we supposed to get to, like October?
Yeah.
Some long ways away. Which not a ban list channel, but I think it'll just be or more like a release list this next time, unless Dawn of Majesty really has some cracked cards in it. Maybe Mystic Mind can get banned. That card can go.
I think that's it. I think we don't have anything else to talk about. Alright, so if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you, Will. Vince is going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm still awake.
4 hours of sleep. The champ's got to get some rest before dunking on everyone.
Yep. Alright, peace. This is Shredder out.